There has been a long underlying tension between motorists and cyclists in the great city of Melbourne. Both sides claim disrespect of each other and lack of patience. But what's the government's solution? Grant Dowler, 25, an avid Melbourne cyclist, believes a lot more could be done to better protect the lives of people who choose bikes as their mode of transportation.
As a cyclist, I think it'd be great if the council or government, it'd probably have to be both, would make changes. The more cycle lanes means there's more room and more safety for cyclists, especially in the city where there's lots of congestion.
600 cyclists came together in February this year in protest of the lack of safety measures, making a bold statement as they rode down the infamous Sydney Road, a hotspot that has been home to many bike accidents and even claimed a life. There has been discussion surrounding the idea of cyclists becoming registered so that they too can get pinned for things like running a red light. However, this sort of law would be hard to implement.
I think it's a bit of a slippery slope if you want to register all cyclists. You've got to look at how old people are when they start cycling. So you've got to consider 5-year-old kids who may be given a bicycle for their birthday. Should they be registered? And effectively registration is also a tax. Should we be taxing people for choosing a healthy lifestyle?
The issue of dooring has been prevalent on Sydney Road and in the city, with motorists swinging open their car doors suddenly into supposed safe bike lanes and hitting cyclists, resulting in serious injury.
It goes back to the fact lots of dooring would happen when there's not enough room. And that sort of goes back to the fact that we don't have any cycle lanes, especially, not enough rather, in the city. So lots of cyclists, where it's really congested, will lane filter, and that's where people getting out of taxis and vehicles like that, or Ubers perhaps, may have issues with the dooring.
Cyclists aren't the only frustrated group. Kate Trainer, a long-standing Melbourne resident and regular driver, believes that cyclists need to look out for their own safety as Melbourne continues to expand its population.
There's been incidences where I've actually come really close to hitting a cyclist. There was just a couple of weeks ago, it was a really rainy night, it was really pouring down, and this cyclist with no lights on the back of his bike, no fluoro, no helmet at all for that matter, came out of nowhere. He literally came out onto the middle of the road. I had to slam on my brakes and I came very, very close to hitting him. It was actually quite frightening. And he was not visible at all, especially in the rain. And if I had have hit him, the thing is that would have been on me, both like in a matter of law and also in a matter of that would have been on my conscience forever.
Madeline Muller reporting from Melbourne, Victoria.